Hi, good morning, and welcome to the Mindpower Paradigm with Elly.
Natalie, and you.
Yeah, hi, Natalie. Good morning.
Hey, Elly.
I'd like to reintroduce ourselves today to the people who are perhaps watching us for the first time.
Absolutely.
My name is Elly Molina. I'm a former educator. I am an intuitive. I'm a mind power coach, business advisor in the field of quantum leaping and changing our minds, creating alternate realities. And that's pretty much my specialty. And let's share with the viewers what it is that you do too, Natalie.
Sure. So I am a former behavioral consultant, practiced for 15 years. Right now, I am currently a health coach. And I'm also a business coach. So I mentor people in their businesses as well. So the past 6 years has been a wild, wild ride in this field. And the mindset component is just as important. And, it is something that we work on daily with our clients and our, business mentoring people.
Yeah, so it's really important for everybody, people seriously, to have a coach. I've been in the industry for many, many years, teaching, coaching, consulting. And when it came time for me to work on reducing my weight, that's where I met Natalie, who was my coach in my weight reduction journey and helping guide me with things that I needed to work on that I knew. And again, we have a phrase in coaching, knowing makes no difference. So I might have known what to do, only I wasn't doing it. And so Natalie was there all along, every single day, helping, guiding, really helped structure, helped really, be my cheerleader in terms of, all right, you can do this, you can do this. So it was a great journey. It's always ongoing.
Evolving.
And, yeah.
Always evolving. We were just talking about this, right? Like there's no destination to health or business. We should always be evolving, because once we feel like we're finished, that's when we start dying, right? So we should continuously be evolving. And yeah, you're right. Every coach needs a coach, Elly.
Right. It's all growing, exactly. I don't need to say more on that one. We all need to continue growing. That is the key to success and personal development and living a long, fulfilling life also, is continuous growth and development.
Right.
And today, one of the things that we had discussed about, where do we start? There's so many different places to start. And one of the places that is really wonderful to begin is with our morning routine. Really powerful. Having a morning routine creates the day. And a lot of people really don't create their day. Let's talk about what people normally do, now, especially, you pick up your phone, you check your alarm clock is usually on your phone for most people now. And so what happens? Doom scrolling begins, and that sets you up. We don't have to go into the physical ramifications of what happens from doom scrolling, but there's actual physical stuff that happens to our body. So I'm going to do a little bit of lecture right now. So one of the things that I've taught my clients over the years is to create your day. And what does it look like to create your day? Well, Marcus Aurelius, the famous Roman emperor who lived 121 to 180 AD, he has in his meditations, he starts out with waking up in the morning and saying his super famous quote, which is that when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, and to love. And that is one of the first things that I say to myself in the morning, followed by, today is going to be an amazing day. Something amazing is going to happen to me today. I don't know what it is, but I'm really excited about it. And that sets up the tone for the day. Then I go about my business and where it is and what I start my morning routines. That's how I start my day. And then I'm going to tell you a little other secret to that in a moment. What do you think, Natalie?
I love that. Amen to that. But it's so important, right? So we were just speaking about this last week, and I love that we're doing this week in the sense of the language we speak to the universe is naturally your beliefs or how your day is going to, evolve and the events are going to, play out, sort of say. So if you wake up and you say, today's going to be a terrible day. It's raining out again. There's maybe ice on the road. I missed the gym. My kids aren't listening. Today is going to be a god awful day. Well, guess what? You just set the tone for your entire, today is going to be a terrible day. But instead waking up and saying today is going to be a great day, because what we speak out into the universe becomes thoughts, becomes feelings, and naturally that's how it plays out. So I absolutely love this.
Yeah. I have to share right now a little story that one of my clients wrote in her book. We worked together, and one of her goals was to write and publish a book, and she did. And then it was really interesting when she said, hey, listen, I put something in there that you taught me, and here's my copy. Here's your copy. Okay. Autographed, sent my copy. And there it was. One of the things that her mentor had taught her was to create her day in the morning. So what she did was, she has Alexa or whatever, Google, whatever you want to use, whatever. But she programmed her Alexa, and her Alexa would wake her up in the morning and say, good morning, I'll use your name. Good morning, Natalie. Today is going to be an amazing day. Today, something miraculous is going to happen for you in your life, and you are super excited about it. So let's get you up and rise and shine and give thanks. And, she had the whole Alexa saying these things to her, and then played music to get her up and to get her into that space of, rah, 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 go, go, go. And that's how she starts her day. And then she shared that in her book, and it was like, yeah, that's just taking the advice I had given her to the next level. All right. Imagine waking up to our Alexas and have them talk to us in such a beautiful, loving, kind, wonderful way to start our day.
Yeah. Well, think about the energy that she, injected into her day naturally by setting up her Alexa or Google Play, whatever you want to do that. I mean, it falls in line with, the language that you speak. Alexa or Google was speaking that language to her, and it naturally set the tone for her day. So I absolutely love that. Morning routines are so important. Naturally, I think a lot of people think that it's their morning routine that they need to fix. But a lot of times I talk to my clients, it's actually your nighttime routine that needs that correction, which naturally folds over into your morning routine. So, instead of saying, I can't wake up in the mornings, or the mornings are terrible for me, or I wake up 5 minutes before my alarm and it's pandemonium and I can't get, 30 ounces of water in, I'm flying out the door. I can't start my day with that. Well, it's not really your morning routine you need to look at. It's generally your evening routine that you need to look at. What time are you going to bed? That naturally will set the tone for your entire morning. So not saying, oh my God, I'm going to start right now and I'm going to start waking up at 5 a.m. to change the outcome of my mornings. No, we don't start that big. You naturally just want to say to yourself, instead of going to bed at midnight, I'm going to go to bed at maybe 11:30 or 11:45, and then slowly decreasing that back to the time that you want to go to bed. And then once you're able to really master that, now let's start looking at the morning routine, right? Just starting to piecemeal those Lego blocks together, setting your clothes out the night before. I mean, I'm talking like if you looked at my dresser, socks, underwear, if I'm going to the gym clothes, sneakers, sports bra, if you're going to work, put your clothes out. What time that saves you in the morning is a beautiful thing, and it creates a sense of peace. Put your water out on the counter, pack your gym bag, pack your suitcase, your what do they call it? Briefcases, right? Like pack all that, set that routine for yourself, because when you wake up and you say, today's going to be a great day, well, guess what? It is, because everything is already laid out for you.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. And, I have to be honest, I didn't even think about that, because that is such a part of, that's what I do. And sometimes we just, I don't know about sometimes I assume that because I do that, other people do it too.
Right.
And it's like, you know what? No, they don't. And they don't need to do that. Only that's sometimes it just slips my mind. And there's another thing that I do also that I highly recommend is I plan out my day the next day, and I in my journal. So I have one of these, you can get whatever kind of journal you want. I got one of these little things over here. And the night before, the next morning, I've got like clients, what's going on. And also I add another section to it. Instead of just like a to-do list, I call it like my integrity list. My integrity list is what things must I do that are important for me, that I'm honoring my word. So that's like my integrity list. I get that ready the night before. And then another thing that I add to it, is what would I be doing today, meaning for tomorrow, if I were preparing for my future? Because we do know that the future is created now in the present moment. So what would I be doing if I were preparing for my future? Well, maybe I'd be writing 2 hours, okay, because that book needs to get done. Maybe I would be working, this is what I would be doing now if I were preparing for my future. And all of that is part, in the creation of the following day. When we wake up in the morning and we go to gratitude, giving thanks for, the day and for being alive and taking that first breath and, stepping into a created day.
That's it. That the most successful people, the people in the 1% that we often talk about, that is one habit that they have, is setting their intentions the night before for the next day. It's kind of called get it done list. And whether you're sick, you have the flu, you're having a terrible day, no good, terrible day, right? No matter what the circumstances are, their list is getting done because it was already written the night before. And that's how they stay in the now, consistent and successful. And I love that. Even like a small little tweak that I teach my clients is, to start to create that better morning routine. You tackle the night routine, you make your list, you go to bed earlier, you let your clothes out. But like, what about the morning routine when the, alarm's blaring and you just want to continuously hit snooze and now you're, 5 minutes late for work? Well, we want to change that habit, that neural pathway. We want to weaken that where you hit the snooze and you go back to bed. So I always say, put a glass of water, not a bottle of water, a glass of water near your nightstand. And instead of hitting the snooze button, you actually sit up out of bed and you create the habit of drinking that glass of water, because the glass of water actually instantly wakes you up. It starts your metabolic response for the entire day, and it gets you moving in the direction you want to go. And then your events thereafter can unfold of what you have planned. But so instead of hitting this snooze, we're going to change that neural pathway and we're going to start drinking that glass of water. Just don't knock it over and ruin your bedroom. Because that's something my kids would do. But, and also if you're picking up your phone and looking at that negativity instantly when you wake up in the morning, put that phone across the room or buy a real alarm clock, right? So I generally, unless I know I have something that I need to tend to my phone with, my clients even know there. Sometimes I don't respond to almost 11 a.m. because I'm giving myself that time from social media to do my get it done list before diving into the scrolling feature, right? So it's really all of those things that really play an integral part in setting the tone for your day and being successful, making your bed, like all of those things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that, of course, that reminds me of our other conversation. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything, right? So, but, everybody go back and listen to that. If you have not heard that video, the way you do one thing in life is the way you do everything. And then we've got our videos on habits and beliefs. So we've got quite a wealth of information already here in these few weeks that we've been together, Natalie.
Wow. Yeah. I love it. And, I think sometimes, at least for me in the past, you'll listen to these things, you'll engage in these talks that Elly and I are having. Maybe you listen to some other podcasts, maybe you read a lot, and it just goes through one ear and out the other. Like in the moment, you're feeling uplifted, empowered. You go buy the newest journal and you're ready to just start changing things because you want to change as a person, because you know what's working, what's not working for you in your life, and what you want to change. But what I want to encourage you with is you have to start small. The reason why you listen to these things and then you don't execute any of them is because you're looking to change the entire picture overnight, right? Like we need to start like micro, small. Like dumb small
Yeah, yeah.
to be able to change the outcome. Am I right or wrong, Elly?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you want to change the way that your days are going, pick one of these things that Natalie and I have spoken about and just start. Just start one and go back and listen to the one on habits, because that was really loaded with fabulous information.
Correct. I mean, there's so much. I wanted to ask you your opinion on this. So I once had read that you should have 3 morning routines. Now I'm not biased to either one, but they had said that you should have a baseline morning routine. You should have a morning routine on the days that you just don't feel like it. And then you should have a morning routine on the days that you have tons of energy and you're ready to just conquer the world, right? So your baseline being like, all right, you need to brush your teeth, you need to change your underwear or take a shower, right? Just kind of those hygiene baseline morning things. And then there's the morning routine where you're still getting all of that done plus some on your days that you just don't feel like showing up. And then you have your high converting morning routine. What do you think about that?
I see validity in that. And at the same time, I also know that what we feel is like the wind and the weather. So it doesn't really matter what we're feeling, unless of course we're going through some, depending on your age, your body, your hormonal shifts, there are different things that are at play in a person's body. However, we also know through psychology and neuroscience that feelings change like the wind. So by doing one activity or a state change in the morning that will elevate your energy level, right there, your morning will shift.
Oh, yeah.
So,
if you wake up and you say today's going to be a great day, you're hitting that high, ROI list. But if you're saying today's going to be a terrible, no good kind of day, so it's like, I didn't really like that because I don't like options.
I was just going to say that too.
Yeah. I don't like giving myself options because like you said, it's kind of like our feelings and our emotions and our behaviors are kind of just so ever changing. So I think you should have one morning routine. Come hell or, high water, you're accomplishing that because it's a part of you and it's a habit that now has become an automatic habit. Like my day does not start until all 5 beds are made, dishwasher's empty, face routine done. Like there is structure. And then I'm like, okay. I can start my day.
Yeah. And I agree. I mean, unless of course we're deathly ill, or sick or something like that. But for the most part, going by how we feel we may never feel like getting up to exercise or work out or make our bed or so. And then we're in that, all right, this is going to be another conversation, because what that does is it establishes a frequency, and everything again in life is frequency and energy. So we want to start to look at what frequency are we vibrating at? Okay. By creating your day, you will be vibrating at a higher effervescent frequency where more miracles and possibilities are attracted to you.
Yeah, I would love to get into the quantum leaping with you on one discussion. I can't talk today. Discussion, because, I was reading a lot about that a couple of days ago. And I think that a lot of people hear that and they're like, what is quantum leaping? Like, what is that? And it actually made a lot of sense to me. And I think it would be a powerful conversation for our listeners.
Yeah. All right. Let's put it on our agenda for coming up. Okay, people. All right, let's go.
I love it, Elly. I love our talks. This is good stuff.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for watching. Please reach out, leave your comments, hit the.
I'm putting it on you today. Hit that subscribe button.
All right, everybody. Take care, Natalie. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week. Ciao.
Bye.